WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 6.
Students grieving and reflecting on the 3rd anniversary of the deadly mass shooting at Michigan State University. It's our top story tonight at 6. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer.
And I'm Jorma Duran. 3 years ago tonight, a gunman opened fire inside Berkey Hall and the MSU Union, killing 3 students and hurting 5 others.
Yeah, to pay respect, the university is hosting a day of remembrance. And our David Sackrider joining us now live from MSU's campus with our continuing coverage tonight. And David, what are you seeing and hearing from the campus community this evening?
Well, it's definitely a somber vibe here at Michigan State. We can see lots of students have come up and they've deposited flowers on the statue. They're also out here, grieving and tears have been shed as they are reflecting on what happened 3 years ago. The students I spoke to told me that this anniversary brings up all those same feelings and emotions that they felt all the way back in 2023. Many of them, as I said, are putting those flowers and candles here on the statue. They're also putting them on the rock and outside of Berkey Hall as they try to work through those emotions. Students who were freshmen at the time of the shooting are now seniors, and I spoke to one student who was concerned that because those students are about to graduate, that the way that the university handles this anniversary might change over the next couple of years.
I've heard some concerns that the university won't recognize it as much in the coming years, and they're concerned that this will kind of just become part of history instead of just something to acknowledge every year. And I agree with that sentiment.
The university did offer several different events throughout the day to offer support to students, and I've seen several students supporting each other on this difficult day. The university will continue to hold events this evening as we move closer to the actual year to the minute of the shooting. Here for you in East Lansing, David Sackrider, 6 News.
David, thank you very much. And those events include a moment of silence, music, and the ringing of the Beaumont Tower bells tonight. That's taking place beginning at 8:10, marking the time of the first gunshots on campus 3 years ago. And Beaumont Tower, the MSU Union, and Berkey Hall will all be lit green from dusk tonight through dawn tomorrow. Gun control advocates, along with leaders with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, are also marking an anniversary today stemming from the MSU shooting tragedy, and that being 2 years since the safe storage gun law took effect. The law requires people to keep guns unloaded and locked or stored in a locked container if it's likely a child will be in the home. State officials say they've worked on education, awareness, and access to safety resources in partnership with state police, schools, and community partners.
Well, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is overseas in Germany tonight for a major international defense meeting, and it is seen as an event that helps rising political figures build foreign policy credentials ahead of them running for president. Roughly half a dozen Democrats with potential presidential ambitions in 2028 are descending on the annual Munich conference. Governor Whitmer spoke on a panel called Breaking with the Past, Seismic Shifts in U.S. Foreign Policy, and she emphasized the need to be friendly with allies and recognize who our adversaries are. She also spoke on Michigan's relationship with Canada amid tensions over tariffs and President Donald Trump's recent comments about possibly blocking the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge.
GOP candidate for Michigan Governor Mike Cox says he will eliminate the state income tax if elected. 6 News Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic is here for you with how the hopeful says he'll do it.
Republican Mike Cox is hoping second time is the charm, as he ran for governor once before and lost to Rick Snyder. Now he's running again, and he pledges to wipe out the state income tax if elected.
You think you can get Democratic votes for that, sir?
I will when the time comes.
However, saying that you want to eliminate the tax is one thing, but the tough part is replacing the lost revenue, he says $13 billion. And he says he can do that. Mr. Cox reveals he has a list of cuts, and on day one of negotiations, his strategy is not to put all the cuts on the table. So, will there be a release of the list today?
I got 9 months to work on that first budget, right? But here's the reality. I'm not going to tell you today.
Mr. Cox also will not tell reporters if he believes Donald Trump lost the election in 2020.
I'm not going to answer that because that's really a sideshow.
He says he is not politically afraid to answer that question, adding this.
What does that have to do with fixing education? What does that have to do with fixing our economy?
It has to do about leveling with the people at home on what you believe inside.
About something that we've all moved on from?
And what about President Trump's threat to never open up the new Gordie Howe Bridge to Canada?
This is making a mountain out of a molehill. This is Donald Trump 101. I think the governor's right? He's ultimately about negotiating, getting a better deal.
He argues the Democrats have overreacted to that bridge story, trying to score some political points against the president. And with that, he was off to Marquette, searching for votes to become governor of Michigan. Here for you in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
It has been an absolutely beautiful Friday across mid-Michigan, and conditions are still really nice outside this evening. Before we talk about our current conditions and what we have moving in for the weekend, we got to talk about this gorgeous picture from Greg over in Eaton Rapids. You have the snow on the bottom of your screen, the sun rising in the background, and in between both of those things, you have a little layer of fog. You too can see your picture featured right here on 6 News at 6 every evening. Just head to our website, WLNS.com/share, and you can upload your picture there. I wanted to include that picture because we have a really nice warm-up moving in over the course of the next several days, so we're going to have a lot of melting occurring across mid-Michigan. We're already starting to see signs of that warm air mass this evening. Temperatures trending anywhere from 7 to as much as 13 degrees warmer compared to where we were just 24 hours ago. That warming trend is going to continue as we go throughout the next several days. Notice over the weekend we are well above average. Highs in the mid to low 40s in the forecast will continue to warm as we move into early next week. A high of 51 degrees expected just in time for our Wednesday. That is going to come along with a chance for precipitation, and as that system exits, notice that cooler air mass will be returning to our area. On satellite and radar, no threat of any precipitation across mid-Michigan this evening. In fact, we are going to be staying dry until that system arrives on Wednesday. So the only thing we really have to talk about is a slight increase in cloud cover that's going to occur overnight tonight. Overall, partly cloudy conditions in the forecast. We're going to stay partly to mostly cloudy as we go throughout our Saturday, courtesy of a weak area of low pressure off to our south. Again, that system not going to provide us any significant chance for precipitation, but it is worth noting because as it exits off to the east, it's going to take most of our cloud cover right along with it. So we're going to finish off our Sunday with a lot more in the way of sunshine. It's looking absolutely beautiful across the area this evening. Lovely sunset occurring right behind the Capitol. Temperature-wise, we're currently sitting at 41 degrees. Feels like temperatures in Lansing still hovering above freezing, 35, current winds at 10 miles per hour coming out of the south-southwest. Notice the further south that you go, a little bit heavier that cloud cover gets, but it's not really impacting our temperatures. We're still fairly warm for this time of year, sitting in the upper 30s in Jackson. We're at that 40-degree mark for our current temperature in Hillsdale. A beautiful look over in St. John's this evening. Temperatures currently sitting at 41 degrees. A peak wind gust of 9 miles per hour was reported earlier today. As we go throughout the overnight hours tonight, we're cooling down to 23 degrees, again with those partly cloudy conditions in place. We're staying dry and partly cloudy for our Saturday, highs near 42, and that warm up will continue over the course of the next several days. 45 on Sunday, 49 our high temperature on Tuesday, 51 degrees on Wednesday. Enjoy it even though it comes along with rain, because after that, not only are we cooler, but we have several chances for rain, snow, and maybe a couple of periods of a wintry mix we have to talk about.
So everything.
Yeah, basically everything. Everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
But shovelable snow?
No, it doesn't look like it.
So
And I mean,
good.
it's still going to be a lot of melting that occurs now,
Right.
so that's going to warm the ground up nicely.
I like that.
I need the melting.
Yes, we do.
Thanks, Kendall.
We appreciate it. Well, coming up, we take you to Jackson, where the community is discussing a voluntary Ring doorbell camera program.
Stay with us. 6 News at 6. We'll be right back.